First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well, and a sincere salutation to the Ankh pushing his truth and sincerity, bahasham, rawchaa, qadash. This last Saturday at camp, young Ephraimite man came up and basically commended us for teaching the Bible on the street. And, of course, we dialogued with him. But as usual, these Christians believe that the Most High and His Son is white and that they came for everybody, and moreover, they came with that tired old, why do you hate white people spirit. And, I made a point that, one of the brothers that is in the camp, he was what you would call, a so-called white boy, you know what I mean? Or white man or whatever. And I said, look at, this guy's looks white, but he's in the camp. So we're not over here necessarily, teaching skin color, although we know that the real Israelites had color. They had melanin. Okay. We know them today as the so-called blacks, Latinos, and the Native Americans, according to biblical prophecy, the spirit and faith. Okay. So I want to start here. Get a couple scriptures out of Daniel 9. It says, and I prayed into Yahawah my power and made confession and said, O Lord, the great and dreadful power, keeping the covenant and mercy to them that love him and to them that keep his commandments. We have sinned and committed iniquity and have done wickedly and have rebelled, even by departing from thy precepts and from thy judgments. Neither have we hearkened unto thy servants, the prophets, which spake in thy name, to our kings, our princes, and our fathers, and to all the people of the land. O Lord, righteousness belongeth unto thee, but unto us confusion of faces, as at this day to the men of Judah and to the inhabitants of Jerusalem and to all Israel that are near and that are far off. Okay, so it says here, confusion of faces belongeth to us. Okay. Let's see. We are confusion of faces, I should say, belong to us. Okay. And basically, Judah and to the inhabitants of Jerusalem and to all Israel, okay, there will be confusion of faces, meaning there will be Israelites that do not look like Israelites. You will be confused by their face, by their color, by their skin tone. Okay? Because I obviously pointed to one of the brothers that was in our camp who looks like he's white, but to the spirit, we believe he's an Israelite. Okay? It says, through all the countries where thou hast driven them because of their trespass, they have trespassed against thee. Because the thing about it is that Israel was scattered all across the world, okay, according to the Bible. So with them being scattered all across the world, of course, they mated with the women of the other nations, okay, meaning that there's going to be confusion of faces. There's going to be Israelites that by the bloodline of their father, by the seed, okay, are going to look like the other nations, but they are Israelites. Okay, so we don't necessarily teach, okay, that we hate other nations. We teach that there are confusion of faces and that our people were scattered, okay, throughout the world. Okay, this is what we teach. So let me run this back. It says, O Lord, righteousness belongeth unto thee, but unto us confusion of faces, as at this day. You see, as even to this day, there is a confusion of faces. There will be Israelites that look like the other nations, but they come from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And you will be confused when you see them. You will not know, okay, whether they're an Israelite or whether they're not. Okay, not all Israelites are jet black. The scriptures say Israel is likened to a speckled bird. Okay, let me get that real quick. Okay, we're not just teaching skin color, man. This is Jeremiah 12:9. Mine heritage is unto me as a speckled bird. The birds round about are against her. Come ye assemble, all the beasts of the field come to devour. Okay? Because, all the nations are likened unto beasts. Okay? And they have devoured Israel. Okay? Because the Lord was wroth with the nation of Israel, and they were given into the hand of their enemies, and their enemies ruled over them. The Bible speaks about this. Even unto this day. Even in slavery. Okay? Even in the times of slavery. The so-called white man, follow me, okay, mated with the Negro slave woman and had babies. They looked like Negroes, man. Look at that movie Roots, Chicken George, man. He was a perfect example. Okay, he looked black, but his father was a so-called white man. Okay, so that right there shows you, okay, that there's confusion of faces. He might look black, or he might look like a man with melanin, but he could be from the other nation. That's why we do everything through the Spirit. Okay, so it says, but unto us confusion of faces as at this day, to the men of Judah and to the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and unto all Israel that are near and that are far off through all the countries whither thou hast driven them, because of their trespass they have trespassed against thee. O Lord, to us belongeth confusion of face, to our kings, to our princes, and to our fathers, because we have sinned against thee. To the Lord our power belong mercies and forgiveness, though we have rebelled against him. Neither have we obeyed the voice of Yahawah our power, to walk in his laws, which he set before us by his servants the prophets. And here it is. At this day, we have prophets that are putting forth the laws, judgments, statutes, and commandments to you. Okay, you Israelites, and you refuse to hearken unto them. You think there's just men in bed sheets on the street corner yelling they mind out. That's not the case. It says, yea, all Israel have transgressed thy law. Okay, all Israelites have transgressed the law. It says, even by departing, and that's why to this day you got Israelites, okay, that are not in the truth, that are not following the law of Moses. This Ephraimite man that came up, Christian, he said the same thing. He's like, I don't shave my beard. I don't follow that law. We don't have to follow the Old Testament. We don't have to follow the law of Moses anymore. And this is what they teach. Why? Because they have departed. They have been taught another doctrine. By who? By their oppressor. Okay? That old plantation Christianity, that old slave Christianity. Okay? Yea, all Israel have transgressed thy law, even by departing, that they might not obey thy voice. Right? Eating pork, shrimp, crab, lobster, committing adultery, stealing, murdering, doing drugs. Okay? All these are breaches of the law. Okay? That they might not obey thy voice. Therefore the curse is poured upon us, and the oath that is written in the law of Moses, the servant of the Most High, because we have sinned against him. Okay? And that's why you always have to go back to the Old Testament, because without the Old Testament, you can't understand the New. So what curse is poured upon us? Well, there was many curses, in Deuteronomy 28. Okay? Salakia. What does it tell you? This is part of the curses. It says, and Yahawah shall scatter thee among all people from the one end of the earth even unto the other. Okay, so we were scattered. We were scattered among all people from the one end of the earth even unto the other. Do you not think that the males would mate with the women from the other nations and have children. And do you not think those children would look like the other nations? That's obvious. Okay, but this is too hard for a mind to grasp, you know. You have to really search the book and really understand what is being said here. You see, it says, even unto the other, and there thou shalt serve other gods. So the Israelites, they served other gods in those nations, okay, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known. And it's not okay to worship, you know, any other god. You have to worship Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, the God of Israel. Okay. Exodus 20:3, thou shalt have no other gods before me. You see? Going back. Okay? And there thou shalt serve other gods. And even to this day, what our people don't understand is that these other nations have their own gods. Okay? Which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. Okay? And this is a prophecy of Christianity and Islam. Wood represents the Christian cross, and stone represents the Kaaba stone that is in Mecca, okay, that the Muslims worship, that the Arabs worship. Okay, so it was prophesied that you Israelites would worship a white Jesus with that Christianity cross tied to it, and Islam, okay, with that Kaaba stone and that Mecca and that building tied to it, okay, and many other gods. Whatever God the Israelites, that nation worshipped, I should say, whatever God that nation worshipped, if the Israelites were scattered in that land, they would worship that God too, and they would look like the other nations. So we're not preaching so-called skin color. We're preaching, okay, the spirit, okay. We judge things through the spirit. This is Romans 8:16. It says, the spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High. So how do we know? You know, you got Vocab Malone saying that we have to do genealogy search. You know, and that's just not the case. Okay, we know this through the spirit. And that's something that you can't teach, man. You know, either you got it or you don't. The scriptures speak of endless genealogies, man. You know, so you can really, you know, play the genealogy card, but, you know, oops, my phone is just doing up videos, man, and your phone goes haywire. Scriptures speak of endless genealogies. This is 1 Timothy 1:4. It says, neither give heed to fables and endless genealogies, which minister questions rather than godly edifying, which is in faith, so do. You see, so we don't want to go into endless genealogies, man, because we believe through the spirit a record of descent or lineage. Yeah, because it could be endless, man. You know, how are you going to trace your genealogy all the way back? You can't. You know, this is by faith. Okay, that's why it says rather than godly edifying, which is in faith. See, the building that we do, the teaching, the exhortation, it's in faith. Okay, we believe all this in faith, and the Spirit will tell you. Oops, voice. Let's see. I want to say Isaiah. You shall hear a voice. Let's see. You know, because Jake, man, you know, Jake thinks that there's 2 or 3 truths. You know, Jake want to gather a little from here, a little from there, and that's not the truth. No lie is of the truth. So if we bring out the fact that the Most High and His Son Yahawashi are so-called black men, okay, and you don't believe it, okay, and you think He's white, well, that's not the truth, okay? And no lie is of the truth. Let's see. Let me Isaiah 30. I was there somewhere. Snap. This is Isaiah 30 and 21. Oh, it was word. And thy ear shall hear a word behind thee. Okay? Thy ear shall hear a word behind thee. The bar. Speech, word, speaking things, speech, saying, utterance, word, words. Okay? And thine ear shall hear a word behind thee, saying, this is the way, walk ye in it, when you turn to the right hand and when you turn to the left. Okay? So, most of the brothers that have come into this, I'm going to say the brothers, I should say, Salakia, that have heard the word. Okay? They have heard the speakings. They have heard the Holy Spirit. Okay? Bear witness with their spirit that they're Israelites. Okay? That this is the way to walk ye in it. Okay? And not turn to the right or to the left, but to continue. Okay? But you don't learn the spiritual things in the church. Okay? So unto us belongeth confusion of faces, man. The Lord scattered His people all across the four corners of the wind, and He's going to gather them, okay, in the last day. Let's get this. This is Matthew. Let me get this. This is Matthew 24. And I might have to look this one up too. Okay, this is Matthew 24. Let me get to the point. This is 30. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven. And then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn. And they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. Okay? So, the Lord's going to make His presence felt at the end of days. Okay? And the tribes of the earth are going to mourn. Okay? Because we've been waiting for salvation. Okay? All Jake is waiting for salvation.
Strong's G 2875 Copto.
You see? And I'm gonna say this. It says here, and then in the NLT, and then at last the sign that the Son of Man is coming will appear in the heavens, and there will be deep mourning among all the peoples of the earth. You see that? And they will see the Son of Man coming on the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. Okay, because wherever the Israelites are scattered, they're not going to have rest. So they're going to be mourning. They're going to be waiting. Inside the spirit of the Israelites, there is an unction or a leaning towards God. Okay, even though not all Israel's gonna be saved, even the Israelites, okay, that are scattered among the world, even they're gonna be mourning. They're gonna be waiting. Because look what it says here. This book is deep, man. You have to be spiritual and you have to study, man. This is Deuteronomy 28:65. And among these nations shalt thou find no ease. You see, so wherever Israel was scattered across the world, they're not gonna find no ease. neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest. Okay, because you're going to be captives. You're going to be oppressed. You're going to be beat down. Okay, but Yahawah shall give thee there a trembling heart and failing of eyes and sorrow of mind. Okay, so you know, are people going to have sorrow of mind? They're going to be afraid and they're going to fear. I just watched and I was going to play the clip, but you know, for basically I want this to be more spiritual than you know, playing clips of media and stuff like that, you know, because those who are going to receive it are ultimately, you know, the elect, man. You know, you can only paint pictures so long, man. People, you know what I'm saying, if it's not for you, then, you know, we don't know what to tell you, man, you know. But going back to what I was saying, I saw a clip earlier, like, and I was going to put it in the video, but it was Manny Pacquiao. It's entitled on YouTube, Manny Pacquiao, Jesus is the Lord, because he talks about Jesus, man. Okay. Now, we know Jesus is not the name of the Son of the Most High, but see how this man has an inkling toward the Messiah. He, you know, there's something in his spirit that tells him, okay, to worship, okay, the Son of the Most High, whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Why? Because we believe he's a confusion of face. Okay, we're not saying forget Filipinos and, you know, we hate all colors. This is not a color thing, man. This is a spiritual thing, man. Okay, another one, Bruce Lee. There's another clip. Okay, on YouTube, it's Bruce Lee agrees with the teachings of Jesus. Same thing. Okay, he's a so-called Chinese man, but yet he's wise. Okay, he was talented. Okay, the Israelites would be they wouldn't be ordinary people. Okay, they would not be ordinary people. They would stand out. You know, even though they look like the other nations, they would actually stand out and they're like the best of their nation. You know, and that's why we say that Manny Pacquiao, Bruce Lee. I'm going to even say this guy, what's his name? Michael Rappaport. Check that dude out. Hey, he could be a Jake, you know, so on and so forth. It's through the Spirit. Now, do they have the truth? No. But can the Lord give them the truth? The Lord can do whatever he wants. You see? Lord willing, this was making sense, man. Okay. This is Matthew 13 and 24. Let's just read this parable. It says, another parable put he forth unto them, saying, the kingdom of heaven is likened unto a man which sowed good seed in his field. But while men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat, and went his way. But when the blade was sprung up and brought forth fruit, then appeared the tares also. So the servants of the householder came and said unto him, Sir, didst not thou sow good seed in thy field? From whence then hath it tares? He said unto them, An enemy hath done this. The servant said unto him, Wilt thou then that we go and gather them up? But he said, Nay, lest we, while ye gather up the tares, ye root up also the wheat with them. Let both grow together until the harvest. And in the time of the harvest, I will say to the reapers, gather ye together first the tares and bind them in bundles to burn them, but gather the wheat into my barn. Okay. Now, if we can, let's continue further. Let's go to 36 in this same chapter. It says, Then Yahawashi sent the multitude away and went into the house. And his disciples came unto him, saying, Declare unto us the parable of the tares of the field. He answered and said unto them, He that soweth the good seed is the Son of Man. Okay. And this is a deep parable, man. It says, the field is the world, the good seed are the children of the kingdom. Okay, so that good seed are the children of the kingdom, which are the Israelites. It says, but the tares are the children of the wicked one. Okay, and who's that wicked one? Well, the devil. Okay, and the border of wickedness, according to Malachi 1 and 4, is what? Esau, Edom. You see? Okay. It says the enemy that sowed them is the devil. The harvest is the end of the world, and the reapers are the angels. As therefore the tares are gathered and burned in the fire, so shall it be in the end of this world. You see, because there's a great judgment coming for the wicked, okay, which is the enemy of the Most High. And he sowed, okay, seed among the Israelites, man. Okay, so, you got a lot of, tares out there. They're they look so like so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, but they're really not. Okay, and they are just as wicked and destined for destruction as Esau Edom is, who we believe through the Spirit, okay, and through prophecy and through this word that is the so-called white man, okay, and these other nations, because they are heathen. The Lord did not give his word unto these other nations. It tells you that real quick in the book of Amos, then we'll come back to this. What is that? I want to say Amos 3. This is Amos 3:2. You only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities. Okay, let me start at 1. Hear this word that Yahawah has spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities. You see? So the Lord only has, he only has one family. Okay, one clan, family, tribe, people, nation. You see, and that's the nation of Israel.
Strong's H 4940. Mispacha.
Mashapak, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. You see, so let's go back. So there's a terrible judgment coming to those who are wicked. Starting with Esau, Edom, these other nations, and their children. Because this devil has tried all means to pervert and infiltrate the Lord and his people and everything. Okay, that's just the way he operates. Okay. 41. Matthew 13:41. The Son of Man shall send forth his angels, and they shall gather out of all his kingdom all things that offend, and them which do iniquity. You see, and shall cast him into a furnace of fire. There shall be wailing and gnashing of teeth. Then shall the righteous shine forth as the sun in the kingdom of their Father. Who hath ears to hear, let him hear. Okay, so he that hath ears to hear, let him hear. Okay, let him hear. If you can understand this parable, then then you hear what is being spoken here, man. Okay, so let's get this. I want to get this real quick. Let's go. You know what? Let's go back. Let's run this one back. This is Matthew 24, because the angels are going to gather the righteous from the wicked. Okay. The angels are going to separate the good from the bad. Those who are Israelites and those who are not. Those who are of that wicked one, or those who are of the other nations. Let's see. This is Matthew 24:30. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven. And then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn. You see, all the peoples of the earth are going to mourn. Even the Israelites that are in these other nations. Okay, they look like these other nations. They're going to mourn. Lord willing, there's going to be fruit among them. Okay. And they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. And that's them UFOs, man. Okay, those are the chariots of the Lord, which are being seen more and more. Okay, and he shall send his angels with the great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of the heaven to the other. Okay, so the Lord is going to send the angels, and the angels are going to gather the elect from the four winds. Okay, from one end of heaven to the other, from all over the world. Okay, so we don't preach a color thing, but hey, if you want, we know that the white skin is leprosy, and we know the wicked, okay, came out all red. okay, and hairy, and he's the wicked, and he's the people of the Lord's curse. You know what I'm saying? But in reality, if you're spiritual, you understand that we preach the Spirit, and the Lord has elect all over the earth. And some are going to look like the other nations, and some are going to look like so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Okay? Those that have ears to hear, let them hear. Let's get this. This is Revelation 7:9. After this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude, which no man could number, of all nations and kindreds and people and tongues, stood before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed with white robes and palms in their hands, and cried with a loud voice, saying, Salvation to our power, which sitteth upon the throne, and unto the Lamb. You see? So there's going to be a great multitude, man. Okay? Of all nations, kindreds, people, and tongues. Okay? But they're Israelites. Okay? According to the scriptures, man. According to the mystery of the Gentiles. According to this truth. You know? Because our people went into the Gentile state when they went into these other nations. Okay? So the doctrine that is preached in these churches and in these seminary schools and all over the earth is really false. And the truth is coming out. But because blacks are teaching it, or Latinos or Native Americans are teaching it, that, you know, and we're not doctors or nothing, that we're false. But in reality, the Lord, you know, he's doing all this. This is how the Heavenly Father does his marvelous work. Okay, so hey, they're gonna cry with that loud voice, saying, Salvation to our power, Yahawah bahasham Yahawashi, which sitteth upon the throne, and unto the Lamb. Okay, Lord willing, this was edifying to those that have ears to hear. Shalom.